Hello, I'm Maria Hall Brown, and this is LA Currents. Well, seniors are somewhat in the epicenter of risk when it comes to the pandemic, but fortunately there are services to help.
Hot, fresh meal for everyone, made this morning.
Like a hot meal? Here you go, have a wonderful day, okay? All right.
I'm delighted to be joined by the Assistant General Manager of the Los Angeles Department on Aging, James Don. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Well, as I said, seniors are in fact known as being at the epicenter of risk due to the fact that COVID seems to attack seniors at an unusually high rate. But there are ways to help seniors in this particular era, in particular with the Department of Aging. So how has the department had to adjust to the pandemic and being able to provide opportunities and services to seniors?
Actually, in terms of the things that we've been doing to adjust to the situation, the top priority for us was ensuring that seniors continue to get fed. So now all of our meals basically are delivered. And we also switched from providing meals 5 times per week to 7 times.
Mm-hmm. Let's get some practical numbers out here. So, in a normal given day prior to this crisis, how many deliveries of meals did you offer? And also then how many in addition to that do you think actually came into senior centers around Los Angeles?
Well, prior to the pandemic, we were serving a combination of both home delivered and at our dining centers, a little bit over 5,000 meals per day. Right now, that program is serving over 6,000 per day. And then our additional Great Plates program, another 11,600 about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so over 17,000 seniors are getting fed each day.
What are the parameters that you're waiting for, your agency is waiting for, to be able to open those senior centers back up? I mean, can it be kind of like schools, maybe 1 hour a day and let's do everything outside? Are there, things kind of slowly going into place so they can open again?
We're looking at that very carefully, just because of the vulnerability of the population that we serve. Mm-hmm. So I think ours would be a little bit more cautious. We're definitely looking at how the CDC and the county health department are going to issue their guidance in terms of senior centers. All of our senior centers are closed to the public. However, they're still actually providing services. So all of our case management staff at our service providers started doing telephone reassurance calls.
Oh.
Basically checking up on the seniors, making sure that they were okay. Many of them expressed that they were grateful that somebody was looking in on them.
Well, then that leads me to my next question. What are some of the attributes of the Department of Aging? Obviously, we've discussed meals, we've talked about senior centers, but that's just, a fraction of what the Department of Agency actually touches when it comes to the life of the seniors in Los Angeles. So what are some of the other things that the department does?
We've had a job training program for seniors, and actually it's older adult workers are actually extremely good workers, and even now, with the current economic climate, some of them have still been able to find jobs. Recently, because of the homelessness issue, we started noticing a number of seniors who were, if they were still working, because of the situation that they were in, if their health would take a downturn, it would jeopardize their employment, which in turn would jeopardize their housing. So under our job training director, Mariella, she proposed that we create a separate program specifically targeting homeless seniors or seniors who are at risk in order to provide them with job training opportunity and resources to search for jobs. And we were given a small pilot program, enough to fund about 30 seniors, but for those 30 seniors, it really made a lot of difference. One of the other services that we provide actually is assistive transportation.
That was something I was going to ask you about because that is a critical component to anything, whether it's getting food or supplies or medical or doctor's appointments or just anything. So transportation.
Yes, so we've operated a assistive transportation program for over 20 years, and we're following all the protocols of making sure the vans are cleaned before the start of the day as well as in between the rides of the clients. We're also limiting the passengers basically to just one. One of the programs that we've had in our service centers for the past 10, 15 years has been a wellness program. And this is different from your normal activities that you picture at a senior center like bingo or whatever. These programs, our evidence-based programs, are based on research from universities where they've basically stated, okay, if you follow this process, you will be guaranteed an actual result. Something that could be medically measured as improving the health of the seniors. For me, since I really deal more with the budget issues of the program, it was a game changer because in the past when I would lobby for funding for great senior programs,
You have to have proof that it works.
Right. Before it was, yeah, this is the right thing to do for seniors. And then there were all these discussions over the years about what's the return on investment, And suddenly I was able to say, hey, all these programs actually help seniors and is measurable. So we have programs that deal with managing chronic diseases, improving the health of sedentary seniors. And that was actually one of our first wellness programs that we implemented, and it had such wonderful results. We had one senior who, prior to the program, the best she could do was get to the door, and that was about it. By the time, and her goal in the program was to be able to get to the front yard where the mailbox is to get her mail each day. By the time she was done, she was so happy. She was walking around the neighborhood and she was demanding, okay, I finished your course. What's next? What are you going to do for me now? That was a great story that was very motivational for us to establish a lot of our other programs.
Are you looking for volunteers?
A lot of the staff at our senior centers, they use a lot of volunteers, and many of them are retirees or older adults. And it was a really big challenge for them because a lot of those same volunteers had to stay at home as well. So they had to scramble to find replacement volunteers. And that's where I have often thanked publicly my fellow city employees. The city has a disaster service worker program, and basically any city employee who's not in a critical role to maintain city operations are available for other departments who need the assistance. And we basically put in the request for additional delivery drivers, as well as people to handle our phone bank when we're enrolling all those thousands of seniors in the Great Plates program. And that really made a big difference.
It still sounds to me like there's not enough people. Are you looking for people that could help
Sure.
in some way, capacity?
We're always looking for people. Yes, if anybody's interested, they could either contact their local senior centers or call our department. They could just dial 311 and they'll get to our department, and we could refer them to the agency that serves their neighborhood.
Well, this has been fascinating. Thank you so much for all of it. And we have to reestablish what the actual line is to be a senior, I think.
Yeah, I often get asked, so what age is it when you're a senior? And I always respond, it depends on which federal program you ask.
There you go. Well, it was lovely to talk with you, James, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. And that's a wrap on this very wise edition of LA Currents.